Hey, what's up, everybody? We got a partial group of small talk big gamers here. It's me, and we got Showstopper. What's up,
What's
Showstopper?
up, What's up, everybody?
Uh,
Get it?
well, today I just wanted to do this. There was a lot of stuff. I know I get accused a lot of not being, fair and balanced or whatever. When bad stuff happens to Microsoft, a lot of people think I don't call it like I see it or things like that. But that's not exactly the case, and I wanted to go ahead and do this video because uh, it's been a bloodbath for Microsoft today. There's not really there's not really anything you can say. Like yesterday, they announced that they doubled their sales from the
Okay.
previous month, right? So everybody's like, "Hey, that's good news." I might have been one of the only people that said if they were gonna say something today about it, that probably means that they didn't end up being number one for NPD in the month in which they lowered the price. Now, they didn't lower the price until the 9th, which means there's still like 9 full days where, you could be that could be attributed to that. You're missing 9 or 10 days in June because people were waiting, but in reality, Microsoft was damage controlling themselves. And I call it like I see it with that. You know what I'm saying? When they're saying, "Hey, we doubled sales," they had only sold 80,000 the month before because a lot of people were waiting for the cheaper SKU. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they were already selling 120, 140, 150 a month anyway. So
Hmm.
basically, they just went back to that this month from the people that were waiting. So I'm not even sure that they even got a bump. If they did, maybe 20,000 bump. Yeah, it's going to be more than the previous month, but that's because it was a lame duck the previous month when they announced they're going to do a cheaper SKU a
Right.
month away. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the whole doubling thing is just really damage control by Microsoft themselves, and it's not really a it's not exactly the rosy picture that a lot of people are saying. It is decent numbers
Yeah.
for the month we're in. You know what I'm saying? Like June, it's a slow month, summer, so you can sell 160, 170,000 consoles. That's still pretty good, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they got beat by the PS4 for a sixth straight month in North
Right.
America. So I mean, what do you
And
think about all this?
I just think it's just taking Microsoft some time to get off the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They had a lot to overcome. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't help them not launching everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And because they decided to launch in 13 countries, you know what I'm saying, and have that, I think this is the resort of it. So to me, this whole war thing is meaningless until everybody is out in every country. And that's just to me. But to hoof clickers, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take it for what it is and what's how they see it, and you know what I'm saying, and that's how they want it to be shown right now, is that they getting whooped really bad, and it is, and even in North America, they losing their, I mean, but Microsoft have a lot to overcome, a very lot to overcome, and the job that they're doing as a business is benefiting them very well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't see the problem. You know what I'm saying? They doing good. They're not doing as good as the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing good as projected with them coming into E3 to the reveal. You know what I'm saying? Because they supposed to have been dominating right now, and they just underperforming everywhere. So I mean, hopefully they can turn it around. I see great green pastures in their future, you know what I'm saying? And I
yeah.
think they will turn it around. It's just right now we got to go through this, this little small rough patch, and this is what it is, man. It's a strong rough patch for us selling consoles and getting people to and buy into this brand, and it's a lot that they are doing, shifting focus, you know what I'm saying, from
Yeah.
what it was to what it's about to become. And and this is Phil Spencer's plan now, so I just can't wait to see what he has. It's a lot of things he's chopping down. I know I don't want to get into all the other topics that you got, but it's a lot of things he's chopping down to prepare for the future. You know what I'm saying? And it got to be game focused,
Yeah.
and
I
he
mean,
meant that. He
yeah,
meant that.
there's some positives. I mean, if you look at it, the Xbox One is doing ahead of what the 360 was doing.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, that's good. It's not like it's doing terrible. The PlayStation 4 did win again, but again, the PlayStation 4 is selling less than 200,000 a month too, so it's not like a huge thing. And the more markets does come into play, but it's
Hmm.
like, man, Microsoft has got to be thinking, hey, what do we got to do here? You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking around, I'm saying, what the hell are people buying a PS4 to play? Like I
Right.
don't understand it. I'm scratching my head a little bit. I'm like, what are you
I'm gonna
guys
tell
playing
you.
on these
I'm
things?
I'm telling you, they Sony sold that console off of hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Microsoft Microsoft is trying to sell it off of what they have. You see what I'm saying? And what they're trying to offer you, but hope is outpowering that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody's sitting here holding on hope. When I talk to a lot of PlayStation dudes, they sit here and say the games is coming. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
And
I
Sony
heard that too.
always come through in the end. The games is on the way.
Yeah,
And and you see indie after indie after indie. You know what I'm saying? Now I think even they're a little bit frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really nothing on there to really get excited about, man. I mean, you even look at the lawsuit thing, and they tired of
yeah,
being lied to too. So it's pros and cons on both sides.
yeah. I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I agree with
And
that.
we all going through it. We all going through it, man. Real talk.
Now, let me ask you this. Like, I've noticed something. A lot of Xbox guys, like even Next Gen and Worry Ward,
Hmm.
and even people I follow on Twitter, and these are pro Xbox guys. They prefer the Xbox, but they've bought a PS4 as well. I've noticed a lot of Xbox people aren't opposed to buying a PS4, whereas
Hmm.
most of PS4 owners are absolutely opposed to buying an Xbox One. They won't do it. They just flat out won't do it, no matter what games come out on it. I mean, do you think that that has something to do with it too? It's like this. I've never seen
That,
something like that before.
I think it does. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody had owned multiple consoles last gen. I own all three last gen.
Yeah, I owned all three right away as well.
You know what I'm saying? So that is what's missing in these earlier stages. You know what I'm saying? Right now, people are still comfortable with what they had. You know what they have. The
Yeah,
360 and the PlayStation 3 is still pumping out good games right now. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you can go get great games for cheap. I'm about to go download the Gears of War thing, you know what I'm saying, for
yeah,
$4.99. I had got rid of, but I'm going back to that. I'm gonna say, all right, I'm gonna go play a little bit of that now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not nothing to do right now on any
yeah.
of these consoles, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like I own more games than most do on the new console, and what I'm
Right?
saying, I've pretty much played through most of the stuff.
All
I'm
of them.
like playing Lego
Hmm.
games now, you know what I mean? So it's like,
It's
you
slow.
know,
It's dry.
yeah, it is,
You know?
and that's to be expected on, but
Yeah.
if it's dry for us, I mean, imagine what the PlayStation 4 owners that have, you know what I mean? It's like to me, they've got to be feeling even worse,
Th-
and
th-
but
things ain't
they're
gonna pick up. Things ain't gonna pick up until September, October. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Once we get into those October months, oh, it's gonna be beautiful especially for Xbox fans. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
gonna be really nice for Xbox fans from November on. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of good games coming out. That's gonna keep us uh, all entertained for a while. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and that's gonna be a that's gonna be a good thing.
And yesterday the funny thing was I told people were really excited on my Twitter timeline or whatever. I got quite a few followers and I interact with them every day, and they're like, "Wow, they doubled the sales. You got to get in to do your video, crappy." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" I was like, "I'm gonna do a video and look like an idiot because I got a feeling they got
Uh huh.
outsold." You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
this is just real talk. Like a lot of people look to me as like this glimmer of hope for the Xbox. It doesn't really need a glimmer of hope, and especially
Right.
not me. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
know a lot of people look to me and they're like, "Well, maybe Crap Gamer will try and spin this or something." I'm not trying to do that. It doesn't need that because I think it'll be all right in the end anyway. But I would say this: as Xbox fans, don't live and die by NPD numbers or
Uh
sales
huh.
numbers, because if you do that, you're just going to set yourself up for disappointment, and it's not going to be fun. Because no matter if the game sells a lot or if the console sells a lot or not a lot, that's not going to diminish the fun that you can have with it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
And what I would say is like what's a little bit shocking is when you read these MPDs and Watch Dogs is selling like crazy on the Xbox 360. I mean, people are just how much of a
That's
how damn good was that console? Like,
yeah,
I don't.
that's what I'm saying. It's not really nothing pulling them to jump to this next gen right now. Especially a lot of Xbox dudes. I know some people that still pirating. You know what I'm saying? They're like, why am I gonna give up that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
come in and do this. You know what I'm saying? And and everything. Hold on, real quick. Oh man, this thing's. Go ahead, crap.
Yeah,
Somebody talking to me.
so anyway, like so we had that come out yesterday, right? We have it. They say, hey, we've doubled the sales, and it sounds really good, even though realistically, a lot of people didn't buy the previous month because of the SKU drop price and everything. And originally, I was real apprehensive about that. I think you guys will remember. I said. What Microsoft needs to do is lower the price of the Xbox One with Kinect to $399, and then offer a SKU without it for say $349 or maybe $329 or maybe even
Right.
$299. Because what happens is we all know it's a less powerful system, but Kinect made it a great experience. So if you offer the Kinect version for the same price as a PS4, you have an edge. Now a
Right.
lot of people are still going to see, well, it's a less powerful system for the same price. You need a
Right.
slightly lesser price or something that gives it an edge, like that camera. And Microsoft is a big company and could afford to do that. And I remember their initial thing that said that they were going to offer the new Xbox for $299. I don't
Mhm.
see why they couldn't do that. I know that it's a business about making money and things like that. But if you really want to compete, and you've made some mistakes and you need to rebound, then a lower price is what's going to help you do that. And I feel like just matching a price, even with games, isn't going to work as well as a lot of people think.
The way I look at it as they had to have a plan for the future, and I'm thinking that with this 1080p thing happening, it's making them dig further into the future than what they probably possibly wanted to do, starting out the gate. You know what I'm saying? I think it was supposed to be just small steps and graduate up until to whatever it's supposed to be. Until DirectX 12 and a whole lot of other little things that they had planned for this console for the future. But because they launched it early than what they should have launched it, this is the drought that they got to go through, man. This is something that they chose to do because they didn't want Sony to get a bigger edge up on them. You know what I'm saying? And when you make that decision, you got to suffer the consequences for it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
some of the consequences is you're not going to outsell them right away. Not to say that you won't turn it around, because we still don't know what they have planned for us
Yeah.
ahead, like with games and different little things. And they shift it. These are some smart dudes, man. One thing I know about Microsoft, they're very smart, and they gonna make money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They gon' do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't been successful for this long for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think we as fans want them to do more. You know what I'm saying? But they are moving at their pace and knowing what they able to do and how fast they can put certain things out. And that's how I look at it,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Like I love it. I'm into Xbox preview. The
Mhm.
Dash preview. I just got that notification again today that they're going to start rolling that out in the next couple of days. So I'm excited for that. I love the console. I love the games. I love what's coming out for it. Um,
Mhm.
I just think that a lot of people have a lot of false expectations, or they pin their hopes on winning some kind of console war, and I think
Right.
that's stupid because it's it's probably who cares, you know what I mean? Like, who actually won the last gen war? You could make a case for
Right.
any of the three. If you
Yeah.
just go by sales, it's probably going
Nah,
to
not really.
be.
It's gonna be some Nintendo.
Yeah, it's
Nintendo
going to be the
outsold them
Wii,
all.
right? But then if you
Yeah.
look at, you can look at who made a good chunk of money, or a lot of, Microsoft won North America
Mhm.
easily. You know what I mean? So
Easily.
so there's a lot of things that, and they also built up the best online system. I mean, they went from like 10 million online subscribers to like 50. You know what I mean?
This is
So I
how
mean,
I look at it. If you judge it by rounds, Microsoft whooped their butt. You know what I'm
yeah. I mean,
saying?
see,
To
I look at
Sony.
it that way
But
too.
if
I'm
you
like, Mike,
judge it by the
yeah.
end of the thing, Sony came way back, bro.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
they absolutely did. And you know and people
Yeah.
bring that up about the Xbox too. Saw that a lot today. They were like, "Remember the
Mhm.
PS3 was behind and that managed to catch up." And I said, "Well, you do realize you didn't have Microsoft touting a resolution and frames per second advantage and every
Yeah.
goddamn media site around trying to bury the PlayStation. Imagine this. Do you think PlayStation 3 would have caught up if Microsoft was like, "Hey, we've got resolution. Look at we this is the real gamers machine because we can play in real high def and they're playing sub high def and we've
Mhm.
got a steadier frame rate." And then if you had every goddamn website saying 720p for Microsoft, 540 for the PS3 over here, you know what I'm saying? And it seems
Right.
like every website is like attacking this. Like yesterday I was telling somebody on Twitter, they were like, "Well, it's good news because Microsoft sold double this month." And I'm like, "No, they're going to lose the month." And that's not even going to be the biggest headline because the biggest headline is going to be Destiny beta not in 1080p. And if I was looking at GameSpot today on YouTube, here it is. Microsoft lays off 18,000 employees.
Right.
Destiny beta not 1080p. I mean, are you shitting me? You know what I'm saying? Like this is like the thing that's on like every single place. You know, it's like everybody's talking about this stuff. Um,
Mhm.
it's a beta. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, wow, who cares? Did people seem to forget, like, and this is not me, quote unquote, damage controlling, but the Battlefield Hardline beta on the PlayStation 4 wasn't 1080p, even though it was advertised to be that way, and nobody really made us think about it the way that they are about this. It's a beta. Who cares? But do you agree with this? What I'm about to say, right? Does Microsoft have some of the worst timing and some of the worst luck you've ever seen when it comes to
Yeah.
their console? I mean, come on, on a day when,
Hey, hold on, crap. Hold on, real quick, real quick. Go ahead, keep going though.
yeah, okay, so on a day when uh, the NPDs come out, they lose for a sixth straight month. Sony gets the Destiny beta. Everybody's talking about that. Everybody's excited for that. That's great news. And then PSN crashes and has trouble all day. Okay, that's expected because PSN isn't the sturdiest online service. But then I'll be damned if Xbox Live didn't go down too. It's like every opportunity that Microsoft has to, come out a little bit better or say, hey, well, at least we got the sturdier network or whatever, it ends up getting screwed over because something bad happens, and it's like, wow, how can you can't win for losing? It's just ridiculous the amount of bad luck and just the way that some of these people um, yeah, go on about this stuff.
Yeah.
Can you? I didn't realize that Xbox Live was down because I was working, but I heard that it was down. I was like, my feed was
Hey,
telling me that.
yeah, it was down today, and and one thing I found funny though, I said me and Jabari was going at it on in the Bang Bang group, and man, I was going in hard on him, and then he was like, "Well, wait a minute, your network down too. Now let's talk about it."
That's
Oh
why.
man, I was like, man, this is classic.
Yeah,
I was like, man. Man, I was
that's why
going
I said.
hard on Jabari today too. Boy. I was like, man,
Careful,
I'm
because
roasting your butt. You know
now
what I'm
this is
saying?
another thing. Like, I was a little bit disgusted by some of the stuff in there today. Everybody was like celebrating 18,000 layoffs like it was a good thing.
No, that's
Like
not.
seriously, like to those that don't know, 18,000 people are about to lose their job this year.
Yeah,
Almost 13,000 from the Nokia acquisition, which was kind of expected. But
yeah,
there's quite a few other people in there as well. And at the end of the day, these aren't just faceless people. I keep telling people this, don't celebrate it. And people will throw it up to me like, hey, crap, you were celebrating it every time Sony lost somebody. And I was like, no, if you go back and watch the videos I did, I said it's sad when people lose their jobs. Let's hope that they find jobs soon. And the
yeah,
videos where I was kind of like, uh-oh, was, and kind of poking a little bit of fun was when people were leaving on their own accord. Like a lot of people left Naughty Dog just on their own accord. It seemed like a sinking ship. You see what I'm saying?
got you.
So that's a little bit different than, say, 18,000 people just losing their jobs. I mean, you could sit there and say, and there is actually, there obviously their stock went through the roof hearing this news. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to save like something like almost 2 billion. So I
Right.
mean, that's gonna look good in their next quarterly earnings or whatever. Um, this guy, their new CEO, obviously has a plan, and he's really heavy into like cloud and stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
uh, and
But we'll see
obviously,
how that turns out too. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that Microsoft have that they just have not talked on yet. And I think that's frustrating people, and you know what I'm saying. And when you don't show it, people can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it's amazing that a lot of Japanese people are excited about it, but you know, if you look at their internet down there, I see why. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But our internet up here is just trash. You know what I'm saying? But you know, once we get our internet, I guess, up, we can probably reap the benefits for whatever it is that they have. But I mean, it's just I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to believe. I'm seeing a group of people that not even, from here excited about it. Like this is like the next thing, and
Well,
then
it's a little bit surprising. Like, we're both American, and
mhm.
I would like to think that Americans are overall kind of smart. And then you have the Japanese, and people ask the Japanese, "Why aren't you guys buying the PS4?" And they're like, "There's no games." So
There's no
they're smart
games.
enough. Yeah, they're smart enough to see that. And then you look, and the Xbox One is still in the top pre-orders over in Japan, which is unheard of. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm.
because it has games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these people get it. I don't understand. I know Americans can be smart, but they can also be like sheep, and they can also be hurted very easily. Apple is a prime example of this. Apple is a cool
Mhm.
product. I don't personally like that, but people will just buy Apple stuff just because it's Apple. They're slave to trends, and I think that PlayStation 4 right now is very popular, and so people are just slave to that trend. Oh, you're gonna get that. I was thinking about getting that. Oh no, Xbox sucks, man. I'm gonna get that PS4. I mean, it has nothing to do
Right.
with. In my opinion, a lot of the people that are buying it don't have any idea that it's more powerful. They don't have any idea about resolution. A lot of these people are just because it's cool.
Yeah, but you got to look at it like this too. It was a lot of PlayStation fans had to come to the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Because of what the PlayStation did last generation with the high price of the console and everything like that. And it was like, screw that. I'll go get this cheaper console. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just the roles reverse. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft launched with a higher price. Sony launched with a lower one. They say, screw that. I'm going with this cheaper one, which is a little more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Than what you are presenting. You know what I'm saying? Even though the PlayStation was supposedly be more powerful, but it didn't start seeing that until like the last year or two. You know what I'm saying? But the beginning of that crap was just trash. They was putting out games in what, like 482p or whatever, or 480p or whatever it
Yeah, it was
was.
like they were
You know
doing
what I'm
like.
saying? And it
Yeah.
was not what they promised. You know what I'm saying? And it was just rough. You know what I'm saying? But they fought through that and they got through it.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I just look at the same thing with Microsoft. This role had to reverse because Microsoft did come out real cocky from E3. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I have to wonder if do you think if Phil Spencer would have been in charge from the get go,
Oh, that wouldn't have happened.
I mean,
It wouldn't
yeah,
happen. That wouldn't have happened. I mean, it wasn't no plan at all. It was just like a celebration. You know what I'm saying? It was
yeah,
just arrogance. You know what I'm saying? And they just came off like that. It came off. They came off very arrogant.
yeah. I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying? And
if you look at part of the reason the PS4 is doing so well, it's because they copied the 360's plan.
yeah, of
Down
course.
to the everything. I mean,
Er-
they copied it from the ease of to ease to develop games for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to develop for. You know, it's powerful. I mean, the 360 actually had some advantages over the PS3, so it wasn't as like one-sided as the power as people made it out to be. But it's like
But
it had
but
superior multi-platform games. You know what I'm saying? And then they were doing like only a few towards the end there, only a few blockbuster titles per year, and
hmm
they had the indies at the beginning right away. You know what I'm saying? Those arcade and those indies and stuff. Along with a good mix of everything, and it seems like PlayStation 4 is like copying that to a T, and they're being very successful with it.
but a lot of Xbox dudes. You know what I'm saying? We already had that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's another problem that Sony is having as well. And that's why they are trying to change. And you see them venturing into like weird stuff like TV and all the little stuff that they knock. You know what I'm saying? Xbox about. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to change. Certain things that they offering because they didn't have no forward thinking. It was just really copying what the 360 was. You know what I'm saying? And we already experienced that. What Microsoft did, they with the 3 operating systems, the instant switching and all that little stuff that we enjoy today with the party chat, snap mode, and just stuff to make it more. It feels next gen to me. You know what I'm
Yeah, me
saying?
too. That's
This is why I like that console. It's just I didn't want to go from what I had to something just a little bit stronger than what I had. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But some people are satisfied with going from what they had just a little bit stronger.
No,
And that's what they wanted. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted something that just felt next gen to me. And the Xbox One feels very next gen to me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I agree. Like, you know what? It's the best console for me personally. I can never
Yeah,
tell anybody else
the best
what
console,
they should,
period.
yeah, what they should do. Yeah, I think that it offers the best. I mean, it offers a lot of cool stuff that you can do. It can game.
Hmm.
It can do really cool stuff. But and I still stick by this fact that I believe is that, or might be a fact, is the fact that PlayStation 3 owners were very quick to want to upgrade. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
then of course you have like the hardcore gamers or the tech people that just want to get the newest thing because it's the newest thing. Um, I think that's a testament that the PS3 wasn't very user friendly. And as someone that had one from the beginning, I can say that it's kind of a pain in the ass, the PS3 is, and I can see why, if you were maybe only a PS3 owner, why you
Hmm.
would want to upgrade right away. And there was a lot of hype and things like that involved. And 360 owners seem to be extremely content. I got a whole boatload of them still on my friends list that are waiting for like a new Gears or possibly Halo 5. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's not like I believe that they aren't ever going to upgrade or anything like that. I just think that right now a lot of people are happy, and when you can get games like Watch Dogs, I don't think a lot of people really care that it looks slightly better on the next gen consoles if they can still
No.
get the same game on current gen, and than they do. And that's, I can't, there's nothing I can say about that. That's smart. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good for them. They were smart about it.
Yeah, they were. I mean, Sony's plan is working early on. We'll see how it does in the long run. You know what I'm saying? And this is for the first half of this year. You know what I'm saying? Sony doing their thing. And I can't knock
They
them
can't
at
do it.
all.
They can't really do any. I mean, they got to be really pleased. They're
They
like,
got to
hey,
be
we didn't
yeah.
come out with any games,
And,
and
and
yeah,
and it's still simmering, but one thing I do see is it's slowing down. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
A lot of that stuff is slowing down, and people starting to really focus and tune in and stop believing the hype. You know what I'm saying? It's time to show now. You know what I'm saying? Sony's problem is gonna come if they don't have anything to show. You know what I'm saying? I mean, indies ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? They already got a bad stigma with the indies, so that's
Yeah.
not gonna work. They gotta show games, they gotta show exclusives, more than 2 and 3 a year. They gotta show at least, what I'm saying, 6. You know what I'm saying? And they have to, or it's gonna be a bust, for that console. If they come again with like 2 or 3 and then stretch those out for like forever long, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to see the order that got pushed back. Drive Club is still getting pushed back. I don't even care about that game anymore. I don't even want to even talk on that game because
Yeah.
it's supposed to have been a launch title. You know what I'm saying? Then it's launching and you gotta wait for what DLC for the rain, and
Yeah,
all
like
that good
like the
stuff.
weather. The
It's like
weather.
it's a lot going on with them as well. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's like pros and cons on both sides.
Yeah, you know what?
And
Like the thing is though is you don't see a lot of people saying stuff like okay, say, and I did a video yesterday about this. Say Forza Horizon 2 was launching, and then they were like, oh, we're gonna give you the weather system down the line in a patch. People would be saying that game was unfinished, that it was anti-consumer, and all this stuff. But see, and I'm right, and everybody listening
and
knows I'm right.
they're tired. This microtransactions.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
trying to get over. I'm just teasing, but yeah, they'd have been doing a whole lot of that, man. It'd have been all over Info G. It'd have been all over the news, and I mean, T-shirts, everything, man. And
Yeah, T-shirt.
that's it. They'd had ball caps with it
You would
on
have
there.
seen
You
you
know
would
what
have
I'm saying?
seen
Fail.
hashtag anti-consumer and all this stuff.
Consumers, all that little
Yeah.
stuff, man. You'd have seen everything. I'm
So
I'm
so
talking
it's funny to me that people
posters.
people are still really like talking up Drive Club, and not even mentioning that it's an unfinished game that they're going to pump out to
Yeah.
people. It's unfinished.
Yeah.
It's missing a key component,
Well,
and
but my thing is, it's been pushed back so long. It should have everything.
it
You know what I'm
should.
saying? I mean, that game been pushed back how many months since November last
Almost a
year?
year, yeah, almost a year. Yeah.
That should have everything. That's no excuse for that. It's none.
Yeah, I think
But this
that
is what this that early adopter woes that we got to go through.
yeah, I mean,
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying? That's
it's
what
like
it is, man.
I can sit there and say, hey, like early on, I believe there was more stuff to play on Xbox One, but even that's drying out a bit.
Yeah.
There's not, I mean, all the basic stuff you play, I played through, I mean, there's obviously, I can always go back to Forza 5 and stuff like that, but it's like, and like some Titanfall or whatever, but,
Hmm.
and thankfully there's some new DLC coming out for that. Uh, but
Hey
it's
man,
like, man,
they need to put the mode that everybody want on that game, man. And
yeah,
that's
just
this
just make it, just go ahead and make it like
pilot
Call of
versus
Duty. Yeah, go
pilot
ahead.
versus pilot, man.
Go
Quit
ahead and make
playing.
it Call of Duty with Max. Without the Max.
Just put that pilot versus pilot on there, man. You'll see that game jumping.
Yeah. Um, okay, and so I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. So Microsoft announced, they're going to lay off 18,000 people over the next year, which is very sad. Like, my thoughts go with all those people, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
13,000 got laid off today. Most of these were from the Nokia acquisition. Like, a lot of people don't know that Microsoft bought Nokia. Um,
right,
Basically, this is what happened. Microsoft usually keeps around 100,000 employees.
right.
They absorbed 30,000 from Nokia,
Hmm.
and they're actually going to end up keeping more than what they normally would have. If you look at Google and Apple, they'll have around 40 to 60,000 employees each. So Microsoft is almost doubling what these bigger companies have as far as employees. You can't. It's hard to get ahead that way. You know what I'm saying, or stay ahead. You have to innovate and things like that. So I understand from a business standpoint what they're doing. It sucks for the people that got laid off for sure. But I can understand. And then one of the main aspects of this, or the losses, is the Microsoft Entertainment Studios is closing down. Although the Halo stuff and some of the stuff already in production is still going to get worked on and finished up. What do you think about the entertainment studios getting shut down?
I mean, the way they promoted it, it seemed like a good idea, but let's be honest, that wasn't a good idea. You
Well,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I said,
I'm just gonna be who really gonna be looking into TV shows. So this being stripped down is just like I said. Phil Spencer said it was some things. He said this some things that when he make his decisions, he's gonna change some things, and that's part of it. I just think that's was one that was just part of it. I don't think that was just a good idea. I think that was just going way too far with the TV stuff. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? This is a gaming console, and with them shipping the focus to games, and game first, they have to get rid of some of this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think it's dope that I can put my cable into my Xbox One and I can watch cable from there. I don't need, you know what I'm saying, a TV show from Microsoft to download their app to watch whatever programming that they have. If you want to put something out, put it out on regular TV and we can watch it from there, like sci-fi or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Fox, whatever you want to put it on, but you don't have to put it into an app to give it to us or somehow make us pay for that app. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
For that, I wasn't with that at all. You know what I'm saying? That app didn't get downloaded at all. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
it was pros and cons about it, but it was just
Now let me ask you.
I just think that was a lot of waste of money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that could have been going to something else, and I think that's what they're doing.
Now,
You know
now
what I'm saying?
let me
They're
ask you
focusing on
this.
something else.
Um, did it seem to you like when it was announced that closed down, all of a sudden everybody was like, "But I loved entertainment." You know what I'm saying?
No,
Maybe that was just the
man.
haters, but everybody's
Everybody playing around, man.
yeah,
Ain't
like
nobody want that crap for real, man. You know what? They ain't talked about it in so long, you really forgot about it. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I ain't think about it until they said they was closing it down. I'm like, dang, we still doing that? You know
I
what I'm
was
saying? I ain't know nothing about it no more. It was out of sight, out of mind. It's just time to get rid of it.
Yeah, I was hoping that they would have, like I was interested in like know how in the old 360 dashboard they used to do shows every week, like they had the two British guys doing like a kind of a funny show, and
Hmm.
then they had the girl she did like the Connect show or whatever, and then they had like a show where they were introducing the new stuff that came out. I liked that. I was hoping that they would do something like that, sort of
Hmm.
like how there used to be G4 TV or whatever.
Right.
I was hoping for something along those lines. And then, now obviously they're not going to do that, but at least the Halo stuff, which I was very interested in, is going to get done.
Yeah, and
Um,
then you got also think know that it's a show that come with Quantum Break as well.
yeah, and apparently that's going to get done too.
Yeah, so
That's going to be done.
I think that's already done. You know what I'm saying? It's just I
Yeah.
just think they're gonna send it with the game. You know what I'm saying? You might have like extra discs or something, and it's just gonna come with the game.
Yeah, well, apparently the show is like on the disc and it like
Oh,
interacts
okay, well
with.
then there it is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
So
like
we ain't
interacts.
got to worry about it.
Yeah, it interacts with it like how whatever your decisions are, whatever. I guess like
Right.
you can change it or whatever. But um, if that's all the as far as the layoff goes, is that's the only effect that has on the Microsoft thing, I consider that to be
Yeah.
very lucky for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's
I mean,
just
because
that part,
that was Don Matrix's idea, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's his movement. They ain't Phil. I don't think Phil was ever on board with it, but he had to support it. You know what I'm saying? But now he's in charge. You know what I'm saying? He can sit here and say, you know what, I can cut this off, and he just trimming off the bad parts, man. And getting shaping into his vision. And he got to do this with this console. It's sad. His next console, we're gonna really see what his vision really is. You know what I'm saying? But this one, he gotta fix it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? In the middle of it.
he's in a real tough position because
Yeah, gotta fix it.
he got left like a big bag of shit, and now he's got to
Yeah,
like
gotta fix it.
he's got to turn that around. It's just not an easy thing.
Yeah, you
But
guys.
okay, this is one thing that I'll say. Do you think we're going to hear less? Oh, it's just a cable box, or it's just that kind of those kind of comments, or it's all
Of
about
course,
TV and all this
of
stuff. I mean,
course you will.
obviously, if you look back to E3, they were the only company to do all games, and now they've gotten rid of their entertainment studios, so it's obviously going to be just about games and stuff like that. Microsoft as a whole is getting away from like the services. Idea. You know what I'm saying? That's their whole new thing is going to be, they didn't like that. They're going away from that idea. It's like more cloud oriented and things like that. And so I think that that's a good idea. But at the same time, I think it's like, you know, I don't know. Like I like the apps and stuff to be secondary, and that's probably
Hmm.
where they should have done it. If they just because Sony's gotten away with doing that. Sony has all the same apps pretty much, and apparently they can talk about shit like powers at E3 and nobody
Yeah.
says a word, except for us. We're like, but you don't understand. They're talking about powers for 15 minutes. I'm sure a lot of people wish that their studio would have got closed down before they could have talked about that shit. You know what I mean?
I'm glad they ain't put no shows or nothing out, man. And that's probably why we ain't see it at E3 too. So
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know,
that's
you know,
probably why.
it's making a lot of sense because like I said, they meet all the time. They are some smart people. You know what I'm saying? They meet all the time and they are trying to fix it on the go. That's why we have updates all the time. Every month is it's some new updates and they trying to shape it into what we want. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Yeah, I
what
love
they
that. I
thought
love
we
that.
want.
Yeah,
I
I love.
love it, man.
Yeah.
So we are actually growing with a console and reshaping it. So we are helping reshape this console.
Hopefully,
You know what
and I
I'm
got an email today from Activision. They want me to help reshape Call of Duty. It's like this big survey.
saying?
So
There you go.
I'll be happy to tell them it's easy. Go back to what made Call of Duty 4 awesome, and there you go. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Stop
go.
with all the complicated bullshit and the 100 kill streaks. Go back to 357. Keep the maps
Hmm.
small because it's a small twitch shooter without vehicles, so you need small maps. Make sure you can have like stopping power and use the dedicated servers, and there you go. Call of Duty, it's good again. So I mean, yeah. So it's like, wow, like it's just like a really a bloodbath today, and then the Destiny beta on PS4 started today, which is really cool. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna play it on Xbox One. I think it comes out next week. So I mean, I'm excited to play it. I think it's gonna be a pretty cool game. Obviously, when I heard that PSN was down, I was like, yeah, that's probably why they're doing it an extra few days on there. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand that point of view. I just, I just think that it's a rough day. So, and I think that it needs addressing. I mean, you would figure in a day when they lost the NPD again, laying off 18,000 people, how the Destiny beta isn't 1080p on Xbox One, although the game is going to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, I mean, it's all still. It's still news. Like people are still dragging this stuff into the fucking ground as far as I'm concerned, and it's almost sickening. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, change the page, do something else, talk about something else, because I'm sick of that shit. You know what I mean? Who cares?
Right. You're right.
I'm tired of it, man. It's like we didn't hear about this stuff at all last gen, because if it was, there wouldn't be any Sony this gen, because the media seems like they want to run Microsoft right out of the goddamn games industry, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's almost the feeling I get from some of this. It's like they don't want Microsoft in the games industry. They would just be happy if it was two Japanese companies, Sony and Nintendo. And that's not what
Well,
I'm all about. I like the
yeah.
choices. That's why I tell people I don't want Sony out of business. I don't want Nintendo out of business. I want all three to be at least moderately successful so they can keep going
Yeah.
on. Obviously, like I don't care about sales, but you obviously have to do enough sales to keep going on.
Yeah. I just think a lot of people, like you said, they want Microsoft to fail, and the reason why is because of how the 360 went over. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the big hoopla, how that went. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they want them out of the console. Boom. I just think they want them to feel what the PlayStation had to feel, and they forcing that issue to make sure that they feel that. So that's how I look at it. And right now they feeling it.
Yeah. Okay.
They
Apparently,
feeling
somebody just confirmed the MPD numbers, which was the PS4 275,000, Xbox
it.
One 180,000, Wii U 140,000.
Okay.
This Blair kid's like D-riding me. He's like, I like how they say the PS4 sound less than 200K per month when it sold greater than 230 this month. Okay, hey jackass. Maybe you heard that I didn't know the numbers, but the previous few months, the PS4 was under 200,000, just like the
Yeah.
Xbox One was, and that's what I said. I didn't know the numbers yet, so quit being a dick and get back to bricklaying or cutting lawns or whatever the hell it is you do, and yeah, have fun with that. But anyway,
Right.
so yeah, so if you look at it, and some of that could be attributed to Watch Dogs come out in May, and some of that could have carried over into June, because it came out at the end of May. You see what I'm saying? And it was
Right.
it was heavily pushed as a PlayStation exclusive, but still, that's not bad. Less than 100K difference between the two when you have that game come out. But it is a little bit still surprising. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not great numbers from either company, but
Yeah.
obviously slightly better for the PlayStation
Then the
4.
PlayStation. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then the Xbox One. You mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So I
yeah,
mean,
I mean,
PlayStation 4 is just rocking right now, man. I mean, you got to tip your hat off to them.
oh yeah,
Uh,
my
you
hat's
know, they,
tipped, man. They're doing they're
they doing
balling,
their
man.
thing. I mean, I troll them. You know what I'm saying? But I really troll the fanboys. You know what I'm saying? I just love getting them hooves clicking. But but they doing a good job as a company, man.
Yeah, I kind of
I
remember
can't
like
say nothing bad about
uh,
that.
like I kind of remember last generation when like sometimes like in North America anyway, the Xbox 360 continuously like just kicked the shit out of the PS3 in North America every single month. It was like years in a row that
Yeah,
did,
it
and
was like good
yeah,
6 or 7, wasn't it?
it was like I know for a fact that like I think the Wii was winning North America for the longest time, but then when the Xbox 360 Slim came out, it never lost another NPD until the newer consoles came out like 4 years later, or whatever, 3 years
Gotcha.
later. But um, and I was used to be on M4G, and I had an account, and I actually had an account that had like 8 bubbles, that's how many comments you can make per thing and whatever. And they do like this weird bubble up system there or whatever. So it's hard to actually get bubbles because if you like Xbox, you get bubbled down a lot. So I was on there a lot, and it used to be funny because when the NPDs would come out, people would be all the PS3 fans would be like, "But Sony's got all these exclusives. How can all these people still be buying the Xbox 360?" I'm kind of in that situation now. I'm like, the Xbox One seems to have the better games, the better online,
Mhm.
a lot of good things going for it. The more innovation, as far as I'm concerned, and yet, and I don't see anything on the PS4. It's like
Right.
nothing. It's like a
I, I,
desert out there. I'm
I,
like,
I think the problem in what we are getting ready to face is parity. I don't like parity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you why. I believe that these guys that's making these third-party games should be making the games based off the strengths of that console. You know what I'm saying? If Sony is more powerful and this, that, and the third, make that game more powerful and whatever graphics and whatever that is. But Xbox have a lot too to offer, you know what I'm saying, which makes them strong. You know what I'm saying, with the dedicated servers, what I'm saying, the superior online, the party chat, the just everything that it entails. I would like to see these games, these third party games, play to that strength. You know what I'm saying? And see really what gamers really want. You know what I'm saying? But right now we getting the same stuff. We don't. It's taking parity takes away our choices. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I like. You know what I'm saying, that the PlayStation is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But I like that Xbox is the way it is too. I don't want them to be the same and where we getting the same experience on both.
yeah, you know what? Like I agree with that. Like if you looked at, I'll give you an example. I liked Tomb Raider Definitive Edition on Xbox One. It used Connect. You could use voice and use your
Yeah, you
map
see
or
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a
I
lot
like
that you
them.
can you can
Yeah,
you can do. It's a lot. Play to that. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And not only that, the PlayStation 4 has a controller with a speaker on it.
yeah.
Let's see more stuff using that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just and the touchpad and all that little cool little stuff that he got. Let's play to the strengths of that. The features that they had offered, I would like to see games, play to the strength of that. But whatever it is, whatever experience that they're playing and the experience that these companies wanted to give us, I guarantee you wasn't the same experience. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's why they have their architecture, the way they designed it. You know what I'm saying? And they did this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation did theirs for a reason. Xbox did theirs for a reason. And we as gamers have choices. You know what I'm saying? The Wii made theirs for their reason. And there's nothing wrong with how they made it. But what's happened, this console war made it out to be about who's better. You know what I'm saying? Besides than what it should be, which is the differences. You see what I'm saying? So it's differences. I like those choices. What I don't like is parity. Now PC is getting thrown in here because everybody been popping off at the gums. You know what I'm saying? Include myself. And we've been ragging, and they've been listening to this. And they say, you know what? Screw it. Parity across the board.
yeah.
That that's
Yeah,
that's gonna suck to me. You know what I'm
yeah. I
saying?
don't
That's
think.
gonna suck.
Yeah, I don't think that that's good for anyone either.
That's not good, man. That's gonna suck to me. You know what I'm saying? We might as well get one console. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they alleviating it. You know what I'm saying? It's going. You got might as well choose which console. And that's probably why this is all happening the way it's happening. I'm just throwing out random shots, man. I'm through. I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all tell me, y'all that's listening, y'all tell me how y'all feel about parody, man. I mean, cause am I wrong? Y'all tell me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but go ahead. Leave your comments. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Because
I don't think you're wrong. I think
that sucks.
what a lot of people want is this. Like I think when I'm thinking parity, I think same frames per second, same
Yeah.
resolution or whatever. You're talking about you want them to take advantage of the uniqueness of each console, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if you're gonna make a Wii U game, make use of the Wii U gamepad. If you're gonna use a PS4 game, use the touchscreen, use the speaker. if you're going to use the Xbox One, use Connect, use whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do
Hmm.
things like that. So yeah, I agree 100% with that. Take advantage of it. Try to get it. You know what I'm saying? I think that developers can tend to be lazy sometimes, and some
Oh
developers have
man.
confirmed that. They're like, they hear one developer say, "Well, it's hard to work on the Xbox One, so we're just going to push it out at 720." We know that the Xbox One can do better than that. One
Hmm.
example that really pissed me off was, I don't want to say yet, like people are gonna, oh, he's pissed off about it. He doesn't, but he doesn't care about resolution. I don't care about resolution. But the thing that pissed me off about the developer was that Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes deal, right?
Yeah.
Because it was native 720p on the Xbox One and the Xbox 360, and the only difference between the two console versions was 30 extra frames per second on the Xbox One version. So as far as I'm concerned, I thought that was kind of just poor planning and I thought that was poor development as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. You know what I mean? I thought that they could have done a lot better. You know?
Well, I think the guy, he probably the laziness came from he really didn't want to make that game on that console.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just didn't. You know what I'm saying? And it was evident that he didn't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way he came off, the way he talked. You know what I'm saying? He was really just talking up the PlayStation version. You know what I'm saying? It was just like something else that he was just trying to make money off of. You know what I'm saying? And it was evident, man. But he didn't want to. So I just leave that alone, man. Like just if that's how you feel, just keep the game on there. Don't try to come and suck money from us. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want it on there, don't put it on there. You have that choice, though.
I agree with that. I think that you know, yeah, it's a slippery slope at best. You know what I mean? I don't, it's hard saying. You know, so at the end of the day, it's been a rough day, I think, for Microsoft. Obviously, it wasn't a terrible month as far as sales are concerned or anything like that. And combined, the Xbox One and the PS4 are 80% ahead of where the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 were at the same point in time.
Right.
Um, in their life cycles respectively. So you look at that, and it's good for console gaming. You know what I mean? It's good to see that both are successful. A lot of people will look at the Xbox One and see that it's not as successful and think that it's doing bad. Where it's not doing bad, it's just not doing as crazy successful as as the PlayStation 4 is. Which props to them, hats off to them. They did a really good job with a lot of the things that they've done. Even though it comes off as me being salty or whatever, I do feel like yeah, I felt like they did a
I'm gonna
good
tell you, man. Jabari got me today, man. I was sick. But you know what? I got him right back too, man. You know what I'm saying? I got him right back. I said it still don't change the fact that the PSN network is trash. Man, we was going at it today, man. That was good times. But yeah.
I avoided that because I felt like people were kind of glorifying layoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be fun, man. It's all fun. I don't think nobody really was glorifying it. I just think they was just poking fun at us. You know what I'm saying? And you engage in that when you want to, but it was fun
Yeah.
for me, man. It was fun for me.
Yeah, I kind of stayed out of that today. I'm like, I got better things to do than get all involved in.
Yeah, it was fun though, man. I was cracking up laughing, man. I mean, we had a good time though. That's how I go down in Bang Bang though. That's how we give it up.
Oh yeah, like I don't have a problem with that. I think that
Yeah.
it's fine. I mean, you give and you get. Like I was on there the other day, and I was like I said before, I was like posting all kinds of crazy crap, like, oh, look at this Xbox One. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I can be.
Yeah, oh man, he was looking for you in next gen, boy. He wanted y'all bad.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think next gen's taking the. I tried to get a hold of next gen. I was gonna see if he wanted in on this video, but he didn't respond. So he must be in hiding or upset about the negative Microsoft news today.
He was looking for y'all bad today, boy. Like, yeah, I couldn't wait. Let's
Maybe you can
talk
start.
about it. Let's
Maybe,
talk about it. Oh man, that is funny.
what he needs to do is take back his like $8,000 TV and buy $8,000 worth of Xbox Ones. You know, help help out the cause
Yeah,
a little
buddy.
bit.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I've seen a lot of people do that. Like, and you know what's funny is I got a lot of people that I follow that are big Xbox fans, but they bought PlayStation 4s as well. And I ask them like, so why'd you buy one? And they're like, well, I like to get all the consoles, which is fine. But then they'll be like, but I don't even play it. So I'm like, why did you buy it?
Wow.
Why not
You chopping
wait?
up.
And I'm like, and they're like, whoa, man, this sucks. Why isn't how's the PlayStation 4 still doing it? I'm like, well, hey, idiot, you bought one. You're not using it though, but you still bought one and helped contributed to them winning each month. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people like that, and it's like, I'm not trying to tell people what to buy, but if you're buying these things and not even using them, you know what I'm saying? What the hell? What's the point?
Yeah, that.
They're gonna
I
be
use
there.
I use my Xbox every day. I use
Yeah,
it
I do
every
too.
day.
I mean, for one thing or another, but it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, man, do these people not
Every day.
realize that, you can
That
only
thing
play
get
one at
turned
a
on
time anyway,
every
but it's like, damn, unless there was some kind of killer app for it, what the hell's the point?
day. Yeah,
You
yeah. I
know?
hear a lot of people be like, "Man, it's just sitting here collecting dust.
Yeah,
I
it's
ain't playing
collecting
those
dust.
indies."
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, wow, like
Yeah.
I don't totally understand that, but, um, you know, people can do what they want to do with their own money. Like I don't always have to understand it or agree with it, uh,
Right.
but it kind of is what it is. But it's been a little bit of a kind of a up and down rough day. But don't ever let it be said that I was you know one of those people that didn't cover like both sides of the thing or whatever. And I'm gonna
Right.
take the some people are making some comments in here. Let's see. This Super Maze guys is like, you care about people who get fired, yet you make videos about Sony losing people and use it
Yeah.
as console war ammo. I'm a huge hypocrite. Okay, like I said before, I care. If you go back and watch those videos, I said it sucks when people lose their jobs. And if you also look at the videos where I used it as ammo, as you say, for console war, that was more or less for the people at Naughty Dog who left on their own accord. In quick succession. It wasn't like they got fired. The people that got laid off, I was like, hey man, that sucks. I'm happy that it looks like they're getting picked up by other studios. Um, I think it's terrible no matter what when people get laid off. It's a bad situation. Obviously, the Microsoft situation is a lot different than the Sony one because Sony as a company is losing money rapidly. Microsoft
Right.
as a company doesn't have that problem. They have a new CEO, and this is something that I knew the Nokia stuff was coming for a while, and I wasn't looking forward to it because I knew that the fanboys would try to run with it as Xbox is in trouble, even though it's clearly not the case at all. But I knew that the fanboys would run wild with it. So yeah, I mean, you can think I'm a hypocrite or not, but at the end of the day, you're sitting here watching me and being entertained by me. So
Got you.
these people, sometimes you gotta like put these people in their place. And this NZ gaming guy is like, crap gamer, weren't you giving shit to PlayStation fans for boycotting Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for complaining about parity? I think that was Destiny or Alien Isolation, and
Yeah.
and what I meant, and I was giving them shit for like what me and Showstopper are talking about as far as parity means. Make use of what's there. And I agree with that. But if both are going to be 1080p 60 frames per second, and somebody's pissed off because they think that the PS4 version should be better than that somehow, then I
Yeah.
think that's retarded.
That's
Because
stupid.
the 1080p 60 is what these things can do. Then if they're both doing that, what the fuck do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think parody is gonna kill it, man. I'd rather see them uh, develop for the strengths of these consoles. I mean, really, I would. I just think we missing out on experiences that we supposed to be having when these third parties just make them even. PlayStation have experiences that they want y'all to enjoy, and they have a plan and a vision, and that they want y'all to experience those type of experiences. Xbox have a great one as well. So it's just I want to see that experience. I want to see the dedicated servers. I want to see people take advantage of these things that Xbox have for these third party developers.
Yeah,
You know, but
let them
let
use if they're
take
not
advantage
afraid.
of that
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Take advantage.
If they're
I
okay
mean,
with putting,
don't sit there and say, well, reason why we not putting it on there is because PlayStation don't have dedicated servers. That's not right.
yeah, that
That's just like
exactly.
sitting here saying y'all want 1080p and we might not want it. We want that experience with the dedicated servers and to know that the experience is going to be solid versus what you getting with 1080p, and let that speak for itself. I mean, I'd rather have that than anything else. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like if you're gonna sit there and have no problem putting a game out at say 1080p on the
1080p
PlayStation 4 and
and
900p on the Xbox
900p,
One,
yeah,
why would you have a
that's
problem with using
put it
dedicated
dedicated
servers
servers. Yeah,
on the Xbox One and having peer-to-peer on the PlayStation 4? Because that's stupid. Having online parity, to me, is just as bad as you
yeah,
know
yeah. Any other
the
type of
resolution
parity.
parity. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So why not
yeah.
take advantage
I would
of all
I
the
would
that's the great point.
definitely love to see a 2K on there without 2K servers. You know what I'm saying? This 2K service is trash. They need to go ahead and just take advantage of that. But and EA, but we'll see. We'll see. Any questions?
Yeah. Do you guys want to ask some questions real quick? We've gone on kind of like an hour, or so if you guys,
Yeah.
I've been reading kind of some comments and stuff.
Mhm.
Somebody asked, "Is this a weekly Thursday podcast?" You know what? I was doing a weekly podcast with Kinsey and Worry Wart, but Kinsey had stuff to do today, and I had to work this evening. And Worry Wart, I think Worry Wart's playing his PS4. Man, he's playing
Four.
that
Yeah.
Destiny beta. So
Destiny. Yeah.
so yeah, but I wanted to do a video, a showstopper. I got a hold of him, and I was like, "Hey, man, you want to hop in on this?" And he's like, "Yeah." So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. See, the Mooch is like watching, and he's like, he says developers are making the Xbox One look bad, like Diablo 3. And he
Mhm.
says it pisses him off. Basically, Diablo 3 is like 900p on Xbox One, and apparently
Mhm.
developers can patch it up to 1080.
Mhm.
But it's just kind of laziness or whatever. But honestly, some of that could be with, you know, with the updates not having the update in time. You know what I mean? That SDK update. I think some of that could be that, or the fact that most of us didn't even know they were working on this game for the longest time because of the deal they have with Sony. They
Mhm.
couldn't even really announce that they were working on this game. So it's one of those situations. Again, it's a slippery slope, and it's kind of unfortunate that they can't even mention that they're working on another version of the game for a competing console or whatever. It's kind of crazy. um, you know, but hey, though that's the way it goes. I mean, if you're going to pay for it, then you're going to pay for it. Like in my opinion, Microsoft can do, uh, they could do the same thing if they wanted to. I don't understand why they haven't done stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I've heard people say that Microsoft has done that, but I haven't really seen that. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody knows Call of Duty is multi-platform. Yeah, more people
Right.
buying on Xbox because I think it has a lot to do with the online and like the controller
Mhm.
was better suited for that. But that's just my opinion. Um, it doesn't really necessarily have to. You guys don't have to agree with that. That's the funny thing. Like people that watch me and like me, you, next gen, all that stuff. What we give is opinions.
Yeah.
We entertain. We aren't journalists. We don't have to be unbiased if we don't want to be. We don't
Right.
have to. We just don't. We give our opinions. We're entertainers. Like you do, like a really good channel, and you're really humorous and stuff, and have that, laughing at people and stuff, and
Yeah.
that's awesome. Worry
And,
Ward
I
has.
laugh at just how wild this stuff is. It's almost as if somebody putting this stuff out just to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Just to get us all revved up. I really wish we all come together and voice our opinion as gamers and come together and figure out as gamers what's best for us instead of them dictating what's best for us. And we gotta focus and rely on these gaming websites that really don't have our best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? They really just out for, just to get paid. And they're gonna put out and say whatever, regardless if it's damaging any company. You know what I'm saying? Any one of them. But it's just we need a voice. We need we need an outlet. We need to start our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And say this is where the gamers are coming from. And if y'all want us, this is what we want. And we need that united voice. And I just that's just what I believe is us as gamers. And y'all might not never hear me say this no more, but I want that. Because it's back to trolling.
Yeah, and the funny thing is,
No, I was playing.
the funny thing is like nobody has to watch. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah,
great thing of
yeah.
you know.
You know that with the access we have, you know what I'm saying? That's why I like our show, you know what I'm saying, is a lot of people come and watch us, you know what I'm saying, because we giving the news based off of from our experiences with this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel sometimes when I'm watching IGN and all that, they just doing it and they reading from a script. It's not genuine, a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I don't know, man. It just feels generic to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just stopped watching it. I don't even, I'll get the little updates that they do where they reading from a little teleprompter and stuff and they delivering it, but it just don't feel genuine to me,
like
and
the feed and stuff. Yeah, I watch that too, but
yeah,
I don't
I
watch
don't get that crap.
yeah, I don't watch the podcast because to be honest with you,
Mhm.
we do a better one than they do.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
either one of
real
those.
talk.
Yeah,
And it's a lot of other podcasts on here that does better than they do too
yeah,
as
I would
well.
rather
You know what I'm
watch
saying?
any of the independent ones on YouTube, almost any of
Yeah,
them, because at least they have some enthusiasm and a little bit more
yeah,
knowledge. Like, like I tried to watch the Xbox one on there, the unlocked one, and those guys are just really boring, and they just kind of slam Xbox all day. Like, look, we're
yeah,
Xbox fans, we prefer the ecosystem and things like that,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
fine. I'm the first to admit that, but at least I'm excited about the platform. You know what I mean? Those guys act like they fucking hate it. If you hate it, then why are you doing an Xbox podcast? Do what
A
you
lot of
want.
times I don't think they realize that that's what they sending out. You know what I'm saying? Their energy that they sending out. You know what I'm saying? From them. They just knowing they're getting paid for doing what they do. And as long as they do a good job and pleasing their boss and things of that nature, they happy. But you gotta love this. Not to say that they don't love it, but you gotta really love this. You know what I'm saying? To where you
Yeah,
love gaming as a whole, not just gaming as a brand. You see what I'm saying? Of a
yeah,
brand name, like I'm a Sony guy, I'm a Microsoft dude, I'm this, that, and the third, but just gaming as a whole. You gotta really love this. And it's not a lot of people that just really love gaming, man. And then the websites is now everything is just divided. I have never seen a day where we all are separated like this. Who cares what console you play on? As long as you're a gamer. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You game, you got a console choice that you like, yeah, okay, well then you're a gamer.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
we don't make any money off this stuff. Like I keep telling people this, and I'll say it again to those that maybe missed it. Don't live and die off of sales because
Yeah.
all glory is fleeting. What goes up comes down. You don't stay on top forever. Those are good things. There's always somebody that's going to be better than you at something. So
Yeah.
people that are like living and dying off like what the PlayStation 4 is doing right now, you probably don't want to do that. Enjoy your
Yeah.
console. If that's what you like, that's fine. Let us enjoy ours. I enjoy the Xbox One. I entertain people on YouTube, so I'm going to continue to obviously try to goad you less intelligent people into watching my channel, and of course the fans. I have a lot of fans too that want to watch the stuff, but I really, really enjoy getting the pro Sony crowd like watching my stuff and getting them angry because at that point, I feel like I've done my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I pissed them off and
But
they're angry.
I'm gonna tell you when I started, my channel, man, I started it just for balance, man. It was so much Microsoft hate going around, man, and it's not about bad console. You know what I'm saying? It's not like what they putting it out to be. You know what I'm saying? It's really a
Yeah,
fun console. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's the best console. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't
it's
gonna
the
just sit there
most
and allow
compelling
that.
console.
The most compelling. You already know. You ain't gonna
Yeah,
just let nobody keep coming around doing that crap, man. You know what I'm saying? It got to be some
yeah,
type of balance. Somebody got to speak up. You know what I'm saying? And sit here and say, hey, it ain't gonna just go down like that. You know, it's fairness. Got to be some type of fairness there. And you know, who knows where it would have been if the voices of the Xbox community didn't step up. You know what I'm saying? And it's many of us. You know what I'm saying? And we all stood up and took the challenge to sit here and say, no, this console is nice. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you gonna have to. These are the reason why it's nice. That's why I love the Xbox community, man. This Xbox community
Yeah, like that
is
whole
just
Marcus Phoenix
the
stuff, dude.
best, man.
Shout out to
It's the best, man. I
Iron Wolf,
mean,
man. I mean
it's
that
the
dude has got
best, man.
he's got his movement sitting there going what like nationwide, man. You
Look,
got
look at what he did. Look at what Wolf did, though. You know what I'm saying? He went from, you know, starting it out, you know, just with himself with an idea. You know what I'm saying? Then the community got involved. You know what I'm saying? Now look at what happened to him. I see nothing but great. I mean, he getting articles everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? His channel don't pass mine like real quick. You know what I'm saying? And he just that was just all from an idea and support. You know what I'm saying? That's the power of the Xbox community, man. You
yeah.
know, we get on board, we support one another. You know what I'm saying? We help one another, and you know, and it goes out, and we don't get jealous or anything. We support one another. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
You know, when
I
I
like
came,
the actual. Yeah, I like
yeah,
that actually.
when I came here, you know what I'm saying? Look how many people helped me. You know what I'm saying? I can name you a list of people that helped me. You know what I'm saying? From Next Gen, John Doe, yourself, Anchorman, um, Gidmeister. I can go on and on. You know, Dark Holy. It's just a lot of people that just helped me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it made my channel what it is today. That's what the Xbox community is about, man. It's about people that love the Xbox, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
they support each other movements.
Well, one thing that I'm really happy about is like there wasn't a lot of pro Xbox ones. That's why I started watching Next Gen because he was one of the
Yeah.
only ones. And so I was like, hey, that's cool, you know. And then we started doing the podcast, and from that, like that's why most of the YouTube channels that I watch are the smaller ones. You know, like I watch
Hmm.
like the Kids Moves
Oh
and
yeah, Kid Smooth.
yeah,
He
who's
nice.
Big
King Dre. I
Kahuna.
like King Dre. I like King
Yeah.
Dre channels,
Big
man. He
Kahuna,
nice.
he does a really good channel too. Level-headed guy.
Yeah, Big
You know,
Kahuna. Yeah.
yeah.
Microboxer X and
Oh yeah, he's
Xbox.
got an up and
My
coming.
my
The dude,
favorite is Xbox 448. Man, I love dude's channel, man. He makes some bad cars, boy, for Forza. If y'all ain't see that, y'all want to see some cold cars, go to his channel, man.
oh,
Shout out
somebody
to
did
y'all,
ask
man.
a real question though. Justin Burt says, "Hey, Showstopper and Crap, what are some things that you actually like about the PS4?" Things got quiet.
Oh no, no, I had to my thing.
It's not that bad, show.
Wait a minute, man. You heard tumbleweeds in this podcast. No, I'm just playing.
I'll tell you a couple things.
I
You know,
said,
I like the screenshot function that it does. You know, the
yeah,
ability to like take and share like the screenshots. I actually like their photo modes that they're putting in their games, like where you can like remove the HUD and like go around a certain view. I think The Last of Us and Infamous allows for that.
yeah.
Those are two
I like
things.
the fact that they put a form of Sony Vegas in their as their editing thing in there
Yeah, yeah.
for the
I mean,
games
and
and
that's
stuff.
where the
And that
competition is
that
great.
is dope,
They
man.
probably
That's
wouldn't have done
nice,
that. They probably wouldn't have done that had Microsoft not
man.
had
Listen,
Upload Studio. You know.
that's bodying right there, bro. I was like, God, you know, and just had the where you can add like little pictures, music, and all that. Listen, that's nice, man.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
nice.
Dude, I edit
You
with
know.
Vegas Pro, so yeah, I know how nice
Yeah,
Vegas Pro
man,
is.
that is
Yeah.
God, that's nice, man. You know, but and just certain single player games on there I love. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big God of War fan. I love certain franchises that is of Sony. You know what I'm saying that
You know
they
what I
have.
don't? There's one thing like I like the new controller for the PS4. It feels better than the PlayStation 3
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah, it
But
does.
but at the same time, I have to say I hate the little cheap feeling nubs that they use. I preferred like the old ones because these ones like the newer ones like feel really cheap and they break down easy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the controller is good, but it's not like they should have used like the same kind of dual shock kind of controllers, those real sturdy ones. Because whenever you see them, like, and I've used
Oh,
them like out and about and stuff, they're worn down and broken down quite a bit. You know what I mean? But I think that it's a good controller. Just that those no, those things are going to be like problematic for some people. But yeah, I mean, I like the ideas, some of the ideas that they have. I like the
yeah, they
fact
got
that
they got a lot of great ideas,
yeah,
man.
I like
It's
the fact that the games they don't take as long to install. Like you can like almost start playing immediately. I
hmm
guess that's something that
Don't
they're
they have
working
a
on for the
feature where you
Xbox.
can pre-download a digital game?
Yeah, well, that's coming to
Yeah,
Xbox One too before October.
yeah,
So
but they got it first though. You know what I'm saying? I like that,
yeah.
man.
Well, I
So
mean,
that's
it's
pretty
like
cool.
yeah, like they that's what they do. Like one will get one, and then that'll cause the other one to update and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at both of them launched with like a kind of an editing software,
Mhm.
and Microsoft was better, and then Sony came out with one that was better than that. Obviously, Microsoft will respond to that eventually. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Uh,
I'm gonna tell you, they went in they reserves with that editing software, boy. They say, you know what? Screw this, Vegas, baby.
yeah, and then Microsoft was like, hey. Microsoft was like,
Said,
"Hey,
screw
we're
that.
gonna let you upload straight to YouTube," which is awesome, you
Yeah,
know.
it's awesome.
Yeah,
It
and then
is.
so Sony has to come back with that. But I'm looking forward to when Microsoft does the screenshot ability, so that
Yeah.
way I can annoy everybody with Xbox One share. You know what I'm saying? Because I get that shit on my timeline like nonstop, so I can hardly wait to fucking do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah,
that is nice, man. That is real nice. You know, but not nice enough for me to go buy it right now.
yeah. I mean, what would be the
I ain't
point?
trying to get no indies, you know what I'm saying? But when they get some games out on that bad boy, show will be on that bad boy. You know what I'm
Yeah, well, I
saying?
mean,
No problem.
what the hell would I be sharing? And like I said, eventually, if they do come out with some things that I'm interested in, I'll buy one. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
against buying one.
Just
Just
not right now.
yeah,
Just not
why
right
there would be absolutely no reason for me to buy one now because the
Yeah,
same
not right
games that I'd be interested in would be multi-platform, and I can
Yeah.
play those already. You know, so
And truth be told, I'm not really, just because it's in a higher resolution, that don't get me off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I still
I can never tell that shit anyway. To be
I don't
100%
care.
honest
You know
with
what I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah.
most of those I'm gonna get on the Xbox One anyway. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I think
I,
a lot of people that have both of them, they have a hard time trying to spread it out on which multiplayer game they're gonna get it on. You know what I'm saying? So some people get it on both, but some people try to pick and choose. Like, okay, I'm gonna get this game on the PlayStation 4, and I don't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I just right now
I
just
think
ain't no
even when
reason
I
for me.
even if I were to have if I do buy one, it's going to be for exclusives only for the
Yeah,
PlayStation 4.
exclusive only.
You know,
Pretty
because I
much,
play
and it's just
online a lot, and that's going to be Xbox obviously because Xbox Live.
now when they build up to where they got five great ones that I want, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably wind up getting it. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah,
the Bloodborne looks nice. The Order looks nice. You know what I'm saying? I gave it a lot of grief, but I did like Infamous. You know what I'm saying? I'm really curious about that game. You know what I'm saying? But after those three, what else? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
There's not much. I mean, it's
What else? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, The Last of Us. Don't
and those three don't
I'm
even.
not
I
gonna.
already had The Last of Us. So
I ain't gonna
really,
even. Yeah, I ain't
yeah,
gonna get into that crap.
yeah.
So it's just it's nothing on there now. When the new, I don't know. This got to have some more exclusives than
Yeah,
just that.
see, for me, like the two big ones that I like was Uncharted and God of War, and even though there's a new Uncharted, I have my doubts that that's coming next year. I think that's 2016. I
Right,
think that it wasn't. If it was next year, they would have showed something for it, like
right.
actual gameplay snippet, not just like in engine little CGI thing or
You
whatever.
know what? That's another thing that annoys me. I'm glad you brought that up. That's another thing that annoys me with Sony, man. That they do not show any gameplay or anybody actually playing these games.
Yeah, I mean that's
That
frustrating. And the funny
bothers
thing
me,
is,
man. I'm sitting here watching Xbox show clip after clip. You know what I'm saying? Even with people, you got digital foundries, doing frame rate tests on a person playing it from E3. I'm
yeah.
like, I mean, come on, can we see some gameplay? You know what I'm saying? I mean, God, that is bothering me with them, man. I'm like, man, what is y'all trying to do? Get over on me? It just feels like they trying to get over. And
Yeah,
that's my problem with them, man.
yeah.
I don't
You know
like
what the
that,
funny
man. I
part
don't
is
like
though?
that marketing scheme right there,
They
man.
will all go. They will all go. they'll go, hey, but that they confirmed that was in engine or whatever. In engine is a lot different than the actual in game. You know what I'm saying? That's not actually taken from the game itself. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's just, but that's not really here nor there. So, but anyway, do you
right.
have any closing thoughts that you want to put out there?
No, not really. You know what I'm saying? Just hey, everybody just game and enjoy your consoles, man. You know?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
Like I said, I'll say once again, you guys don't live and die off of the sales of the stuff. You know, don't take, don't sit there and harass me about, oh, you don't do negative Microsoft stuff. This is obviously not a great day in Microsoft history or whatever. So, and I did a whole podcast strictly about it. So, yeah, I mean, we touched on a few other things as well, but it's upsetting for a lot of people. People lose their jobs. You have a entertainment studio closing. Um, it could have been a lot worse as far as Xbox is concerned. So obviously, as a games console, it has the support of the CEO and Microsoft, and that's good. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do in the future. You know, the sales, whether it be good or bad, isn't going to diminish or improve your fun that you have with your particular console that you like. It's best to just kind of live and let live. And at the end of the day, we're all gamers, so stop being such dicks to each other and realize that if you're watching my channel, it's there to entertain you. I like that. I'm going to try to piss people off because if you ask, I think somebody brought this up to me. I think it was Worry Ward and or somebody. They interviewed people who watched the Howard Stern show or listened to the Howard Stern show on the radio, and I think it was something like 90% of the people that they surveyed said that they hated him, and they asked him, well, why
Right.
you watch him, and they said just to see what he says next. I like that aspect. I'll be a complete dick, I'll be hypocritical. I'll do whatever I got to do to get some of you peons to watch my shows and my content. You know what I mean? And of course, I have the fans, like the Xbox fans and the people that enjoy that kind of stuff, and that's cool too. But I really, really enjoy pissing people off and seeing some of the funny comments that you guys post. So yeah, that's like it's entertainment. And I don't take it seriously. And if you guys do, then you know, get a life because this shit isn't serious. It's plastic boxes and games are meant to be fun. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Hey, Showstopper, thanks for hopping in on this. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem, bro.
Make sure you guys go check out Showstopper's channel. I actually have him on my front page in one of my featured channels. He's, I think, third or fourth down. You guys can check out his channel and make sure you subscribe. If you don't, he does videos like almost every day. They're really funny. He's got a really great take on the stuff. So make sure you guys check out his channel and check out the Small Talk Big Gamers
Hey,
podcast on
this
Sundays.
this was a serious side of the show, y'all. You know, I wasn't, humorous today, but hey, you gotta change it up
Yeah,
sometimes.
I
But
mean, look, when
yeah,
have I been as somber about Microsoft as today? You know what I mean? I think it was a
yeah.
different time to me too. So, uh, you
Right.
know, but at the end of the day, man, thank you guys all for joining us, even though it's kind of late here on the East Coast, man. I really appreciate it. Rack 'em up, guys. Game on.